No KRS-One said, Hawk, you want to get down with BDP? You got to take this test. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. I was ready. Here goes. Make something from nothing by uttering the word. Niggas don't get it? I must be stuttering from the herb. Y'all be cluttering in the burbs. Hovering with nerds. I'm trying to build shelter from the oncoming purge. Donald Trump is tripping. I'm trying to stay the surge. Do it for the bricks. But first, laugh and market merge. Get my brothers out the county. See the city reemerge. I'm trying to keep it straight. My people living on the curb. Motherfucker got to nerve. Must not have heard. I'm tired of the pimps pushing fiends in the pervs. Fire with the bars, metaphors, and the verbs. I'm gonna see him go to college, not make them whores on the curb. So disturbed, don't stay high as a bird. Niggas want this smoke, meet me up, you'll get served. I'm sick with technique, I'm ill with the maneuver. DJs want my effect like they were straight out the sewer. I talk, I'm a doer. Find me in the viewer. I'm so underground, you're just the Barbie in the stew. I'm a grown man in this young world, I feel like I'm Rick the Ruler. I'm trying to get all these bars, but I'm not Robert Mueller. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, chill. I'm Dean can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. I drop jewels. Science, mathematics, language arts, social studies, lyrical gymnastics, style, charismatic, pragmatic with the sentence structure. Smile is aromatic, fanatic with the ism structure. Back to the subject, how I school in the seas. I get checks off the blue cheese. UMCs, they used to call me powder, then I blew UNC. Taking y'all back to school like fools in truancy. I rock with the teacher like the board education. Fuck doc with the reefer, got a script for medication. Get A's for dedication on my way to graduation. Hand in hand like diplomas rolled up. Congratulations. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail.
Pop, you want to get down with BDP? You got to take this test. Nigga.
Keep that.
Yeah, y'all see what it is. It's your boy Hakeem Green, Channel Live and Direct, BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark madism. That was Took a Test by your man, Hakeem.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Turtle Gang for the video. Of course, the Blastmaster KRS-One give me a cameo, Naughty by Nature, blessing us with the cameo. And you had a few others. We had Tame One, rest in peace. Yeah, he on that bullshit. I'm ignoring him.
He got the big Purdy special. Yeah. Stephen A. Coach.
But listen, let's
Stephen A.
Before we do all that, right? We jumping off the show with college football. So I don't even want to go there yet. You can tuck that. You can put that down. We don't need to see that, son. We know what it was. We know what it is. It's all good. You ain't got no Eagles fans on here, so there's no reason for all that right now.
Yeah. We'll see you when it counts next, Coach. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you when it counts next. Okay.
So we got a special guest lined up for episode 127. Coach Jamal Williamson.
Coach. Nut.
Yo, what's up, my brother?
What's good, Nut?
I'm good.
Going on, Nut?
I'm good. Man. I'm looking for punishment, but I'm good.
So over the weekend, Nut had a stream of consciousness on social media. He was making a lot of great points about, the Power Five and NCAA football and, how things are being shaded a certain way, or so it seems. So I was like, let's bring the brother on and talk about what's going on in college football in terms of their top 4/5, 6 and how folks got ranked. Because you got top 4 is what? Michigan State with Washington. Who else we got?
You got Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama.
And Alabama got a loss. And Texas got a loss.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you got Georgia at 5, Florida State at 6. Georgia has a loss.
Florida State at 5. Florida State at 5. Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. Florida State is at 5.
Oh, they're at 5 in Georgia. I thought, okay, cool. So Florida State is an undefeated team who didn't make the championship playoff series, and we wanted to get some temperature check from the brother, Coach Williamson, and his feelings as such. Brother.
Yo, fellas, first of all, y'all know all this. A disclaimer: everything is an opinion, right? But I got to my feelings. Hawk is right. Got to my feelings on social media. No, I don't. I don't do that. I just let it be. But the whole setup in itself is just dead wrong. You have a college football playoffs, and you're only going to take the top 4 teams, right? But then you have a Power 5 that you, quote unquote, are legitimate, good enough conferences to play in a 4-spot playoff, right? Because if 5 teams in those Power 5s go undefeated, you got to decide which conference is a weak conference, right? Mm-hmm. And we all know when it comes to football, they're going to choose the ACC. They're going to be out, right?
Yeah.
So why you even call them a Power 5, right? Then the ACC, you go undefeated, you win your conference, you 6-4 against the SEC, conference versus conference, and then you tell me teams who have one loss, one double digit, I don't care when they lost by double digits. Another team lost to another team that ain't in the top 5, and I'm out, right? And your own legit, quote, quote, your legit reason is your starting quarterback isn't playing, right? You win 2 weeks ago with a backup quarterback. He gets hurt, and you come and you win with a third-string quarterback against a good, very good Louisville football team, right? Mm-hmm. Who top ACC run defense, and you run the ball down their throat to win, right? As a coach, you put your third-string quarterback in the best position so that he don't hurt you all, right? So you don't expect him to pass for 300 yards, a week of preparation, didn't expect to play this year. He comes to a game, he throws 55 yards, right? But he doesn't hurt you because your OC is getting paid good money, make a decision. We're going to just run the ball. And they run over 100-something yards, and they win the game. For me, that's a better team than an Alabama team, in my opinion, who struggled against Auburn. Auburn 6-6. Auburn ain't nobody special. And you won that off a Hail Mary. Like, you prayed to the gods, right? And you win that game. And be honest, you didn't beat Georgia. Georgia had poor execution. Georgia probably played the worst game all year, and you barely beat Georgia. Georgia beat themselves, right? So, my thing is, you don't punish these young men, these coaches. That coach of Florida State did a great job, him and his staff, for doing what they're supposed to do with the schedule that they have, right? You don't allow them to play each other. And we all know the SEC, they're going to have three or four teams their conference going to have one of the toughest schedules because they're in the SEC. So it's kind of unfair to everybody else to say, okay, yeah, you have a shot, but you really don't have a shot, because, they do this and y'all do the same thing. We're going to pick them over you. And I just, for me, you can't justify it over a quarterback. Don't get me wrong, quarterback is a very important position of the team, but it's a team sport. And right now, Florida State is exhibiting perfect team sport mentality, coming together as a team and getting it done, right? Mm-hmm. Defense win championships. And can't nobody in this panel say right now, Florida State defense ain't like one of the best defenses in college football.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Now, anybody want to hop in before I go?
Quick. Louisville beat Notre Dame, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right. And Notre Dame is always the pride of college football every year, and they spanked them.
Well, ACC done their thing this year.
Louisville's legitimate. The ACC was legitimate. The problem is with the position the committee put themselves in and how they started the ranking of the playoffs and justifying each action week to week, because they would have, because from what I'm hearing, that you don't think Alabama should be in. You think they should have been the one left out.
My honest opinion, I think Alabama and Texas should have been left out.
So you think it should have been Florida State and Georgia, last 2 spots?
Yeah, Georgia, or to be honest, Ohio State.
And again, because of how they ranked everything leading up to it, they were sort of boxing themselves in. Now, the reason they couldn't do that, they were putting everything on Georgia from jump. And Alabama beating their number one, they couldn't justify leaving them out. And then they were twisted up because Texas beat Alabama. And I agree with you on all points with the exception of the Auburn loss. That Iron Bowl, that Auburn win. That Iron Bowl is always kind of tricky. But Alabama's been playing better recently, and so has Texas. So that's how they got jammed up. And they're able to get away with it because they got the 12 team playoff next year. And they're just gonna be like, whatever. Everybody will forget about it. But you're right, Florida State got screwed.
Yeah, so when they talk about they want the best 4 possible teams in, okay, if that's the case, do we still have the best 4 possible teams in? Right? Regardless of record, if you just want to look at teams.
No, you got the most lucrative teams in money wise.
Yes.
Right?
And so I didn't even talk about that. I understand that whole process, right? It's a money thing. We gotta make everybody happy, and where does money coming from? Especially when your event is going to be a Power 2 conference scenario, with everybody going into the Big Ten and move to the SEC. And, the Pac-10-12 ain't even going to matter anymore. You know what I mean?
Gone.
Right? So that's not even going to matter anymore. So you end up with a Power 3 or 2 at some point. But I just think when you talk about the top 4, because, it's unfair to Ohio State and Michigan to be in the same side of their division, going defeat and lose to, Ohio State only lost to the number 1 ranked team going to CFP. That's the only loss they have, and they didn't get blown out. You don't even mention them in the top 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how do you justify the top 4, the top 4 teams in? And I like Washington. Well, I think
Washington is easily the only team without an issue for me, right? Like I don't have no issue with Washington being in. They deserve to be there. But then you could throw stones at Michigan. I mean, you're under investigation from a coaching scandal. So from a standpoint, like I think my whole thing is with it is that you tell these kids that they shouldn't get paid, but the reason that you're taking these schools is so they can get paid.
Yeah, but
hey, hold up. They don't come out now saying these kids should get paid, so they don't switch that up.
Okay, trying to change it up a little bit.
They should, and they will, but Wes, you're right. But it's not a coaching scandal they're under investigation. It's cheating, and it's cheating that like helps them win. Like
help them win. That's my point. They're not even. We're not even getting into that part of it. Like, so you can put an asterisk next to them. Texas beat Alabama in week 3, right? It was not really a really good game.
If you ain't trying to cheat, you ain't trying to win.
There you go. Talk about it, Coach. Talk about it.
Yeah, but they cheated and got caught.
Listen.
Hey, if it was in the SEC, he would have never got caught because that's their mantra in the SEC.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, you must have lived down here in Texas, Coach. Because because that's all Astro fans say. If you ain't trying to cheat, you ain't trying to win.
You're trying to win. Listen, you talk. Let's talk. And it's questionable, right? I look at Georgia-Alabama game, right? First half, there's a questionable catch that you don't even think about to review, right? And if you look at the review, it's probably not a catch. But that catch kept momentum and got them some points on the board. Second half, same scenario. Georgia makes a catch, and you don't hesitate to review the catch, and it was a catch. For me, yeah, that's kind of like, okay, we got to keep Alabama in this scenario because at that point, they ain't had real good momentum, right? So how do we keep this interesting? I can look at that one play just like that. You want to keep Alabama alive in this scenario.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Alabama's the money. When was the last time I had a CFP without Alabama in it?
That's right.
But you got to also think about Texas.
Last year they weren't in it. I don't think. No.
The Sugar Bowl is in New
last
Orleans,
year
right?
they weren't in it, and they're
They
not
weren't
going
in last year.
without Alabama.
The Sugar Bowl's in New
Yeah,
Orleans,
but
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a 5-hour ride from Houston. So and then the national championship is in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Watch yourself, Washington. Just saying. It's in Texas. It's NRG. That game.
Mm-hmm.
If Texas makes to the national championship game, which the NCAA would love, because a local team making it to NRG Stadium to play. That's why Texas got picked in the Final Four, because they are a hop, skip, and a jump from Louisiana. They're gonna travel 5 hours between airfare and driving. The highways are gonna be packed, and then if they win that game, I mean, it's all bets are off. I mean, this city. Well, I mean, Houston is gonna be just jumping ridiculously.
Houston's jumping anyway.
Don't get me wrong, Wes. I mean, Texas. I mean, they earned the right. I mean, they did. Look. I wouldn't want to play Texas, to be honest with you. Out of anybody on that board, I wouldn't want to play Texas.
They got beat pretty bad in that Red River rivalry, though. Oklahoma tore them up, right?
But I wouldn't want to play Texas.
But they still relevant. So that's the only team that was good with me was Washington. Everybody else was suspect.
Yeah.
But Florida State should have been in there with Washington, because they earned the right to get their behinds kicked in the national championship game if they wanted to. They earned it. Yeah, they earned that right.
And guess what? We all been around sports, right? And at the end of the day, you got to beat me on the field.
You got to beat me on the field. That's what it is. And then go back to your quarterback. You said something about the quarterback.
We all lost money on somebody we thought should have won the game, didn't win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
but you were saying something about the quarterbacks.
Earlier today, hold on one second. Earlier today, I was watching ESPN. They were having this discussion about this, and Foxworthy was definitely echoing what we're saying now. But the other folks on the panel, including Heather Dinich, who's a senior writer for ESPN, I'm gonna throw this up right fast. Your guy was talking about it. So they were giving reasons as to why it shaped up the way it did, and one thing she said is that none of the voters communicated with each other. Like, they're not together when they make their vote. So there was no coordination. There's no conspiracy. People voted on what they felt. And then a big reason, she says, was that it's not that Florida State lost its quarterback. Is that on offense, they were only able to move the ball 3.2 yards. I forget what the stat was, but it's all in this article on ESPN by senior writer Heather Dinich, if you guys want to check in with it and see what their take is. But I guess she was bringing reasoning to what seems to be madness, but she kind of summed it up, So
well, one reason that I also heard was the effect of last year, and if you guys remember last year's Final Four, the playoff, it was Texas Tech. And TCU, I meant TCU, and they ended up getting blown out by 40. Well, no, I'm sorry, they won the first game, and then they lost the championship game by 8 touchdowns, something crazy. So,
but they earned the right to get to the national championship game because you gave them the playoff game to play to get there.
And they got off Michigan. Well, I mean, what?
They beat Michigan. They blew Michigan off the map.
And everybody thought Michigan was going to run through them to the national championship.
And that's the reason why they don't want to blow out in any of these games. They just thought Florida State was the.
What's the guarantee nobody's going to get blown out?
Oh no, there's none.
That's just crazy.
But Hawk's point on what Heather Dinich said, and the fact that they couldn't absolutely not move the ball was that's what they saw.
Who couldn't move the ball?
Florida State against Louisville. Not saying, Louisville's good, obviously, but
they can't move the ball.
They average 3.1 yards a play.
So Cliff, I don't know how much football you played, but 3 yards a clip in today's football,
It's the first down.
you get the Eagles 3 yards a clip, and they put the analytics up. 3 on 4th down, 3 or less yards, go for it. So I get 3, 3, 3. I don't get 1 more yard. What's wrong with that? You control the game. You control the clock. You win the game. With that defense, if we get 3 yards a clip, we winning the game, Cliff.
Oh, listen. I have no doubt Florida State can win a couple of games, or but it's all about media and hype and scoring.
You watch Michigan football?
I have.
Yeah.
What Michigan doing so great offensively?
They run the football. That's all they do.
They just run. But they run it through people.
No. And they don't start getting good stuff until the second half, and then they'll wore you down.
Yeah, they'll wore you down because they keep running the ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
control the clock.
So that 3 yards, any offensive coach, you tell him, you're going to get 3 yards a clip guaranteed. Oh, they'll play that game because they know they're going to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Dion, Coach Prime, he chimed in and he all but said it's all about money. Nick Saban can't keep him out the championship. He called him the godfather of football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with that too. But I just, at the end of the day, for me, it's wrong. Them kids from Florida State, them coaches that staff, they earn the right to be there.
It's just like, I get what Dion is saying, but it's just like a tough thing to tell kids, man. Like,
yes,
when they do everything they supposed to do, and then the guy says, "Well, you can't let him out because he's the godfather of football." It just that ain't the right answer either, though.
And
Dion's just telling you what it was.
He's telling the truth. He's definitely telling the truth.
And he did it.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
That, mind you, he put his spin on his prime spin on it. It would sound great.
Yeah,
great commentary.
And it's hard for me to even swallow the fact that it's about money. Because Florida State got just as good a following as anybody left in that school.
Yeah. And the other thing I think was terrible to put everything on the kid Jordan Travis getting hurt. Now, how you making this kid feel for the rest of his life?
Listen, RJ Barrett got hurt back in the day, right? Didn't RJ Barrett and Braxton from Ohio State both get hurt, and Cordell Jones came in and won the national championship?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen against Oregon in 2015?
Yeah, sure enough.
Yes, sir.
That's the third string quarterback.
They talked about that, and they said what happened was he took over like the last 2-3 games of the season, and he showed out going into the playoffs. So it's prime time. We want somebody to put up points and make it exciting.
So now Florida State got about 3 weeks to get their backup quarterback, all the reps, preparation, everything with the starters. Right. And now even the third string guy get more reps. They got 3 weeks to get ready. Right. So you're telling me that coach staff that to do what they have done, to prepare that team all year to go, that they wouldn't be ready to play whoever?
Right.
To your point, Nut, that's the story you want to tell during this time of the year. Like that's the story. It's underdog team, underdog quarterback. 3 weeks they remained undefeated. Let's see what he's going to do. All eyes on him.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen though? Well, they put them against Georgia in the bowl game. So if Georgia smacked them around, they're going to say, "See, told you."
If
that's what they're going to do.
And guess what?
It's like
Cliff, right? And guess what? All the Georgia kids might not play. Bowles might not play, right? You got because for them, what are they playing for at this point? I'm going to go to the league. I ain't going to get hurt in this game. That don't matter.
That's right.
It really don't matter. How many Florida State kids ain't going to play, right? Because they got, they was told, you got shot going to the league. So we might not even see the best of the best playing that game.
True.
Right? So somebody do get smacked around. Guess what? Well, these guys didn't play. Everybody didn't play today. Blah, blah. Everybody got an excuse, right? But what real fan of sports don't want to see the underdog play?
Oh, no.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
We all wanted Florida State. We wanted Florida State to earn and see if they can play with the big dog.
I was excited for TCU last year. When TCU got there, I was excited because they never get it. They typically never get a chance.
Yeah, and they got a great chance, and they proved that they can play with the big dog, right? They probably shot their load the first round, but they shot a big one. They beat Michigan, right?
Yeah, they did.
They have enough. They have enough for championship game.
They walked into that championship game
weekly,
yo. Nutless.
Yeah, so no. You got something. They got. We're a committee. Let's let this play out, right? They earned it right. We tell them they Power 5. We tell them they're good enough to play the big boy. Listen, whatever happened. They earned it.
Yeah.
But hey, some you said early on in your argument that makes no sense whatsoever for the committee is you got a Power 5 and you only got 4 spots. Yeah. So it's never going to work out anyway.
Well, somebody. Well, right now that's somebody, the ACC.
Right. Well, that's given that there's a team that goes undefeated from the ACC.
No, well
I mean, how often does it happen where the top 5 teams are undefeated?
But it can happen. It don't happen often, but it can happen because it ain't like they're playing each other, right? The top 5 teams on a regular in all those Power 5 conferences aren't playing the top team in the other conferences on a regular, so they can possibly run the table, right? And so if they do run the table, which conference do we look at and say, well, they got a weak schedule? And because I always put out the strength of schedule, you rank number 5, you rank number 55, you rank number 37, like right. So if I'm a coach and I say, dang, we could run the table, but we rank number 67.
You know what this conversation leads to? They need to open it up to an 18 playoff.
No, it's a 12 team
next year.
It's 12. I mean,
they're going to 12 next year.
They're going to 12 next year. But it didn't make sense for 4 when you talk about a Power 5. Right? You should have went with 6 minimum from the get-go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you want to give the rank 1 and 2 a bye, give them a bye, and the other 2 play in, whatever case may be, you should have went to 6.
Right. Yeah.
Just from the rip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys saying next year it is going to be expanded?
Yeah, next year's 12. Because that's what
12
Prime said. He said they're going to be in it next year.
That's what Prime said?
That's what Prime said.
I believe it. If he said it,
well,
take it to the bank.
Well, don't get it
twisted. You got to watch Saturday Night Live. He was like, we undefeated. He's like, but you lost last week. He's like, that's 1. He's like, but Prime, you lost. He's like, that's 2. He said, I'm undefeated. He's like, well, you just lost last week. Well, that's once.
We gotta pull that up. So, what's your take on Coach Prime this year, Coach Williamson? Now that we watched him for an entire year, we saw what it was. What's your take?
Listen, he went there, did what he's supposed to do, right? Change the culture, right? Get them believing back in Colorado football. And if you don't believe in yourself, who else gonna believe in you? Win, lose, or draw, right? He understand the nature of football. He tried to get some dogs up front. He's been begging before the season started, but he ain't getting no real dogs up front. Football people know football games are won in the trenches. You can have all the skill you want. You got skilled personnel up the yang, but if you can't stop nobody from running, you can't stop nobody from getting to your quarterback or not letting you run the ball, you ain't gonna win, And if you look at his wins this year, only team that he should have won was Nebraska. The rest of them could have won either way, right? And so, he did what he needed to do. Now he got to solidify and continue to do that. But if he don't find them them dogs up front, it's gonna be a struggle again. You know, I ain't gonna expect nothing less. You know, is it possible for him to have a worse record next year? Yes, right. But I think it's unfair to define his success in 2 years. You know, I think he needs to get a whole 4 years of recruits in there and maybe a 5th year before we even start determining his success as a college coach, you know, at Buffalo. I just think it's, you know, for me. So if he wins 2 games next year, okay. But once he get 4 years of his kids in there,
yeah,
and under his system, under that culture, you know, and believing in each other, growing together, then we start talking about his legacy as a coach and what did he do, right? Right now, it's too soon. You know, we enjoyed the excitement and the energy that he brought to college football up. It's great, but that's who he is, right? He's naturally a marketing magnet. You know, that's what he do, right? And he's not acting. He's being who he is, right? We've seen him as a college player, fortunately. We've seen him as a pro, fortunately. Now we're seeing him, you know, as a coach, you know, at the highest level in college. So I'm proud of what he's done. I'm looking forward to see what he will do, but I'm not going to judge him, you know, based on his record, but in 4 years, we can talk about where he at, and then year 5, right? So if he wins the game, yes. If he win a national championship next year, shame on college football coaches across the country. Right? But you know, it's you know, this is what those guys do. Nick Saban, a lot of these guys, they've been doing it for a long time. They built cultures, and you got a lot of places just the culture. They don't even recruit no more. Kids just want to come there. Kids just want to go to certain schools and be there. Prom don't have that yet. They're not going to Buffalo.
No, Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. Yeah, they ain't going to Colorado just to be going to Colorado, where kids just want to go to Alabama regardless of the coach is. They want to go Michigan regardless of the coach is. They want to go Ohio State regardless. They want to go in place regardless of who the head coach is. I want to go to that school, right? Colorado Buffaloes, ain't nobody saying I'm going there. If Deion Sanders leave today, we all get scholarships to Colorado. Anybody gonna want to go there?
Yeah.
That's why I'm at with it.
You know?
That's why I'm at with it.
So the culture of college football isn't in Colorado yet. Now, if he's there for 5 years, 6 years, and he can bring that culture, you know.
Now, over the last 30 years, the Colorado Buffaloes have experienced levels of success. It ain't been like
but
no
nobody's
Rutgers.
Nobody's knocking down the doors to go there. You know what I'm saying? Right? Every kid in the country, you walk to their house, say, listen, University of Michigan want to offer you a scholarship. It's going to get big as hell. Notre Dame, right? Georgia. I mean, like the schools, which they have a culture, no matter who the coach is, kids want to play for that school. That's not Colorado Buffalo. It is not. Unless you live in Colorado or Wyoming, like, you know, you're right there.
You mentioned Michigan.
Yeah,
let's talk more about Harbaugh and Michigan, and was he going back to the NFL? You think there's an opportunity for him to do that if he so decide? You think he stays at Michigan with all the heat going on around his cheating?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. As a culture, Michigan fans and Michigan alumni give a damn what the world think as long as they win. They give a damn, right? You ain't firing him. He ain't on the bench for 3 games. We still win. We just want to win. They win a national championship. You can say what you want to say about Jim Harbaugh. That alumni is not trying to let him go. He'll be the highest paid football coach in college football if they win a national championship. And why would he want to go back to the NFL and deal with prima donna jokers when he got the grip on that, which is Michigan, right? If they give him another 5 years as the highest paid coach and they get rid of him in 2, they still got to pay him for the other 3. Why would he want to go to the NFL when he can stop doing that and become an analyst and make 6 figures still collect that college check, and don't have to deal with prima donna jokers.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Well, I mean, he'd be an idiot to go to the NFL.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if he lose the national championship, another conversation.
You think?
That's a whole nother conversation.
He's been there once so far since he's been there, right?
What?
To the playoffs?
To
Playoffs, not national championship.
Nah, you went to national championship? Oh, wow.
No. If you don't win national championship, because a lot of kids came back just for that reason. Yeah, he got upperclassmen heavy squad, right? So he understands he don't get it. He might not get it.
He might not get it.
So then that might be a little, call his brother to try to be, quality control on his brother's team or something, and he ain't gonna get no head coaching job. I mean, he can in the NFL. The old boy network, they'll give him a job, but why you want that headache? So he gotta win.
Yeah. Anybody else got a college football question for Coach?
Coach, he's killing it right now.
He's killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Harbaugh is going to the pros regardless.
Why, Cliff? Why would he do that?
Because I think he's sick of all the heat he's getting on from with these investigations.
Let me tell you something, Cliff. Attention, whether it's good or bad, is good. Is attention. Spotlights on you. You being talked about. As long as you're being talked about, you're relevant, right? He's relevant. He's relevant to college football, right? If NCAA don't punish Michigan and get rid of him, if they don't come hard down on him, he's in. Yeah. He's in. And that becomes reality, right? If they ain't listen, if they win a national championship, guess what? Alumni pay $100 million. What we got paid?
Yeah.
Okay, get that to the NCAA, and guess what? This too shall pass. This shit ain't gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
no, you're right about that.
We beat Ohio State 3 years in a row. We got a national championship. Who we gonna bring in to beat Ohio State and possibly bring in a recruit to get us another national championship? Who you gonna hire at Michigan?
Yep.
Prime time. No, I'm joking.
If he won the national championship, he good for life. He good for life. He won the
he good for life.
Cliff, what?
Chicago's calling.
Who?
Chicago.
The Bears.
Who?
And he's a legend there.
Listen, who? Who? Come on, man. You could be the Chicago Bear coach. Yeah, he already coached the NFL, so that they don't need that. And you could be a coach at Michigan. Come on, you got more power being a coach in Michigan, man. Yep. Ain't no power being a head football coach Chicago Bears. And he make more money in Michigan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Power and money.
Power and money. Yeah. You're right.
First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the lady. Tony Montana tried to tell us years ago.
Yeah, I'll be shocked, Cliff. If they win, I'll be shocked if he goes to the NFL. Only reason he can go if there's some crazy punishment where they're gonna, ban scholarship, they're gonna take away scholarship. They're gonna hurt Michigan football where he cannot continue winning. That's the only way I see him leave. If they don't strip them of scholarships, strip them of bowl appearances, strip them of Big Ten competition, championship. If they don't strip them of all that, he stays. If they strip him,
no, I can't see that happening. I don't think this is that severe to do that.
That's what I mean. That's what I think make him go. Why would he leave?
Yeah.
And that only happens if he loses.
Right.
Yes.
If he wins, it ain't nobody doing no investigations. They lifted up every rug in Michigan and they sweeping everything under it. And that's it.
Listen, Michigan alumni, strong alumni, baby. Believe it.
Absolutely.
Sure. Believe it.
Hold on. Our other guest is a big Michigan fan. So I'm trying to get him on here.
So
while we
who do we think is gonna win
I
it?
hope they my son.
So who do we think is gonna win it?
I think it's going to end up being Alabama and Texas because I think that's what they want.
Michigan gonna win.
Don't
ask me why. Yeah. I just think Michigan.
I don't know, but I think Texas is going to be in the finals. Just because this everything else is kind of scripted in these days. So why not this?
I'm kind of agreeing with both of y'all because I think it's going to be Alabama, Texas too, and Alabama wins it. But I'm rooting for Washington. That's what I'm rooting for. And Penix.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Cliff, I like that. I like that, Cliff.
Penix is a beast, yo. He's been
that boy sling the ball. They don't talk about him. Like that boy sling the rock.
He is a man. He dropped some dimes, yo.
The Heisman announcement Sunday, right?
Is it this week?
It might be. Yeah, it might be. It might be this weekend. But yeah, he's slinging that rock, man. I like him.
You think he wins the Heisman?
No,
I hope so.
I hope so, but no. They talking high. They talking high on that boy out of LSU, Daniels, and he has the numbers, and I can see why they will give it to him. And look, and it's LSU, right? So I and it's the SEC, so I can see all that, but he has great numbers. Like his numbers speak for themselves. But that boy Penix, that boy, I like him.
What's the first guy's name? Daniels?
Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels. Yeah.
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah.
So
that's from LSU, right?
So I'm hoping for a Michigan Washington final. I think style makes fights. They're both undefeated. It would be good to see an undefeated national champion to kind of prove that they are the best of the best. Because we know football is not a series, and if you don't play your best game, you can possibly lose, but don't necessarily make, and that's why I looked at Georgia. Georgia didn't play the best game with Alabama. Alabama been just skating by, right? And I don't want no skating by to get into the championship, right? And this is probably the best coaching Nick Saban has done. This is probably the least talented Alabama team I've seen him have in a long time. So, I give kudos to him because I used to say he was a horrible coach when it comes to things being equal, and he had to make adjustments against someone who had the same amount of talent. Yep. But Texas, I haven't seen Texas much, but the highlights I have seen, them boys ball. They come to play.
They play good.
They play real good ball. But again, I would like to see two undefeateds going in. Who earned the right, because you're going to have to earn the right to beat Alabama and Texas. If you can beat them two and you earn the right to really be in the championship game. So I'm going with Washington, Michigan. And then if I had to choose between those two, I'm rolling with Penix, man. I become racially biased at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It is what it is.
What?
I think most of us go down that road, Coach. But we have Stephen A. Purdy. But I have to go I can't do something. I can't do that yet.
I just question, Washington's ability. They've been playing good defense, but to play great defense. Like I don't know if Washington has the guns to play great defense. Michigan has some guns to play great defense. Alabama has.
That's always the issue with the Pac-12 too.
Yeah, Texas has the guns to play good defense.
Yeah, that's how they stay in games.
Yeah. So that's one thing in Washington is that defense going to be able to step up and play great.
Yeah.
So wait, so what are the first matchups?
It's Washington and Texas.
I'm saying again, Washington and Texas, Alabama, Michigan.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Washington. Well, I mean, the good thing, Washington, you get to see if Washington really deal with some speed and some athleticism, on an every down basis.
Yeah.
They go deep, and they keep going deep. Texas.
Yeah.
They love to throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
And they got some guys that can go get it.
I remember back in the day when USC and Reggie Bush was running the table a couple of years, and then they that year, his last year, they had to play Texas and Vince Young. And I was telling my brother, I said, listen, Reggie Bush ain't gonna be running away from the boys from Texas like he's been doing everybody else in the Pac-12 all year. Boys from Texas can run. And Reggie Bush struggled. He struggled because them boys from Texas can run. So that's what Washington gonna have to deal with. Can they dealing with that? Can they deal with the boys that can run?
Yo, so I got my brother.
Go blue, 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 go blue.
Yeah. So E, Jamal is the uncle to a Michigan legend.
Cousin.
Excuse me. Jabril Peppers.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you know who's the most famous Wolverine, right?
Dez.
Come on, man. You guys just can't be serious. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a hint. He's the greatest football player to ever play the game.
Come on, man.
Oh, Tom Brady?
Thank you.
Tom Brady.
I knew that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I knew that's what he was
He ain't the greatest player to ever play the game. Chill. There's a lot of people better than Tom Brady at the game of football. Not at quarterback.
No, stop. There's a lot of more talented people. But better? No. Sports is about IQ.
No. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the greatest Patriot football player. He ain't the greatest Michigan football player. He wasn't that great at Michigan.
At the end of the day, if Tom Brady walked into Michigan's stadium, where you think the crowd is gonna go crazy? Because he's the greatest Jabril. We can bring back Jabril.
Hold on, Jim Brown versus Tom Brady. Who you picking? I'm picking Jim Brown.
Tom Brady.
You wildin',
man. Listen.
You wildin',
man. Stop, bro. Stop.
Jim Brown, son.
Stop. Yo, Tom Brady has 7 rings
at Michigan.
He got 7 rings. No,
at Michigan.
How many rings does Jabril Peppers have
at Michigan? No, we're not comparing Jabril Peppers to anybody. I'm just a
Michigan.
We don't.
How many Rose Bowls? How many Rose Bowls did Tom Brady win? How many Rose Bowls did he win?
None.
That's what means something at Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give you that.
He's the greatest graduate.
Patriots fan,
the greatest
Tom Brady fan,
the greatest football player in the world went to Michigan.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
That's a better statement. Okay. That's a better statement.
All right. He also bought a sandwich from a Blimpies, baby. But I'm just saying. I mean, come on. It's like whatever. He was the greatest player. I mean, he was the greatest quarterback. I just can't give him the greatest player because football is just so segmented. Yeah. I don't think he was the best football player ever to play the game.
Hey,
I think he was the best winner. He was the best winner.
Okay, he's got the most rings. He's got the most rings in NFL history. Team and players. Okay.
I guess I'll ask this then: was Charles Haley ever the best player in the NFL with 5 rings? He had that for a long time.
Until Tom Brady, yeah.
But I'm saying but we never said that Tom Brady. I mean that Charles Haley was the best football player.
You're right.
But the difference is the impact of those wins. Here's the thing. When Brady was in the Patriots, and I don't mean to get off of Michigan, but when Brady was at the Patriots, it was a big question as to who was responsible, whether it was Belichick or whether it was Brady. Brady now leaves. Brady was forced out of Tampa Bay.
It was the defense.
And then went to. Okay, how many times did Tampa Bay win before Brady got there?
I'm talking about
defense. Once. Okay, right. And so Tom Brady gets forced out of New England,
It was
And
Tampa
then
Bay
New England,
defense.
and hold on, please. New England have not made the playoffs, and I'm a New England Patriot fan. New England has not made the playoffs since Tom Brady has not been there. Since every year from 2001 to his departure, except for 1 year, one season, they didn't make the playoffs. You want to know what season that was?
Tom Brady got hurt that
2011.
year. Matt Castle.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Greatest player ever to do it.
I think they're still 12-4 that year, or something like that.
They went 11-5.
No, 11-5.
7-5?
11-5.
First 11-5 team to never make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird that year. AFC was crazy that year.
Okay.
11
we were talking about the college playoff. Whether it was fair, Florida State got left out the grouping, and then we talked about the upcoming matchups and who we thought would win. So that's kind of what the conversation was.
Go blue. Like, Florida State. I think Florida State should have got in. I thought they should have been in. I actually think they should have been in number 3. Unfortunately, the BCS is BCS. Like the BCS. You know what I'm saying? The BCS is very political, and they want to see certain schools in it. But at the end of the day, this year, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was toss-ups last year. It was toss-ups for the last 5 years as who was gonna win. Right? Alabama had a chokehold on it for a minute, but since Ohio, since Phillips left Ohio State, it's been brewing for the blue for the Wolverines to do what they're doing now, and they're gonna win it this year. You might as well just hand them the trophy. It's not even close. Like, they're not gonna win. It's not even close.
You're out of your mind. They may lose the first game. They're not head and shoulders better than anybody.
They are head and shoulders better than everybody.
They head and shoulders better than Alabama?
Nah.
Alabama, they beat Georgia, but Alabama has a loss on their record. They are not that good this year. They should, in fact, if you ask me, Alabama shouldn't have got in. Florida State should have.
Every time I think about Rutgers, I think about them playing Michigan, and they was on that schedule. So Rutgers is on the Michigan schedule. I don't know. I'm just saying that's not a good look.
Listen. Every year, but it's an every year thing. Like it's a conference thing. Every year we have to blow Rutgers out by 50 points. Ohio State too. Every year they're on the schedule. I go to It's 1 year in Michigan. 1 year every year that it's in Rutgers. I go to the game. It's every year.
Yep.
I mean, it's mandatory to play them.
They got to play who's on their schedule.
None of the other teams put fear in your heart right now.
None. Nobody.
Okay.
Nah.
We're gonna see. We come back on next.
I was very happy.
What is it?
I will tell you what I was very happy about. I was very happy that the players didn't get punished for the bullshit that the coach was doing. I was very happy about that. I was very happy that they kept it isolated to the coach and not to the players and the teams.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that they maintain their undefeated record with him not coaching.
That goes to show you how good. That goes to show you how good it is.
No doubt, it's his system, but I thought that was impressive.
Yeah, he was at practice.
They saw it.
Yeah, but it goes to show you how good they are. When you don't have your leader on the sideline, it means a lot. But it goes to show you how good that they're just good. They're just good. I mean, they beat Ohio State without their head coach, bro. Like, that's crazy.
I would have to agree with you that Michigan is probably the best team, but not head and shoulders above anybody. I think it's right there, yo. I think it's right there for all these.
So maybe by a nose, not like by a car lift, but by a nose. All right, cool. At the end of the day, a win is a win, bro. Let me get it.
No,
we need this.
I would say a nose.
Okay. So when is the first game? When is that game?
I think it's not 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
January 1st, right? It's January
New Year's
1st.
Day, I think.
Okay,
New
yeah.
Year's Day.
Yeah. Man.
So we got some time.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna get nice and healed up, and you know, it's gonna be a problem, man. It's gonna be tough.
Everybody playing on both squads. Everybody gonna play. Because the game,
if you give
Everybody gonna play. Everybody.
Okay.
and give everybody a month, everybody
This for
gonna
the natty.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
go.
this is for the natty.
They
Yeah, that's why
They
he spread
don't.
it out so everybody can heal up. Yeah, and get and they get that money.
You got
But,
Nick. You got King Nick with all these weeks to prepare.
Yo,
You talking big. You talking big, yo.
Go blue, baby, go blue. This
Because
is our,
I respect
this is
that.
our year. This is our year, man. This is our year, bro. This is our year.
Last year was your year too.
Hey, but listen. Nobody ever gets there without seeing the progress, right? Every year we were inching. We were outside of the top
Joel
four.
Embiid in here right now.
We were outside of the top four.
Trust in the process.
We was inside the top four. We got to the chip. Now you'll see. It's all about progress. Success is about progress.
it is. You got a tall order with Alabama first, but okay.
Yo,
I'm excited
So,
for these games.
listen to me on this. If things ain't rigged for homeboy, because you know they do weird shit for Alabama. The NCAA does weird shit for Alabama. If it ain't rigged for him, we should beat them by at least 2 touchdowns. We should beat them by at least 2 touchdowns.
They built in excuses, right?
Yeah.
They cheated.
I mean,
They had it in for them.
yeah, you know. I mean, they used to say that about Brady.
Listen.
I picked Michigan myself. I picked Michigan. So
it should be okay. I mean, Michigan cheat, Alabama cheat, who becomes the best cheater. That's all.
Hey, yo, listen. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Tom Brady, no.
Best player to ever do it.
That's a Michigan tradition.
Hey, I agree. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying to win.
Yeah. How many gates he been a part of?
Flake Gate, High Gate, Bill Gates.
Now he's a part of Model Gate. He just run around smashing models.
Yo, what happened to Caleb Williams, yo?
What was that?
Caleb Williams.
He just he's not playing the bowl game, getting ready for the draft.
It's the Holiday Bowl. He don't want to play for the holiday.
But wasn't he like? What he in the Heisman talk, or what happened to him? We fell off the Heisman talk.
Yeah, life is too good. Life is too good, man.
Team sport. Everything catch up to you, man. Team sport.
Wow.
I mean, I think he's a good talent. You know, I still think he's a good talent.
So in terms of top quarterbacks going this year, you think he's one of them still?
No, he's staying in.
No,
He's not going.
Oh, you're not going?
No, he's going. No, it says he is not officially declared for the NFL draft. He's not.
He doesn't want to play for the teams that had the top picks.
Yo, you know, I think that's so corny because you can't control it. In that instance, I think you just gotta let go and let God, man. Like, yo, if you get to the Jets or you get to whatever, like you gotta go and make the impact. You can't go where you want to go. It's not the NBA.
Yeah,
but the problem is you have to make it more in NIL than they would in their rookie.
And that's what I support.
Yeah,
that's what I support.
But sometimes, you know, as a quarterback going into NFL, you go to some of these teams and your career gets demolished in your rookie year. You know, your rookie contract, and you never get back to it. You're getting hit more than anybody else. You know, you're getting gun shy. You know, you never really develop if you go to a bullshit system and your career is cut short because, you know, your O-line sucks. Your GM sucks. You know what I mean? And they trying to rebuild, but they ain't putting things in place to support you and help you grow as a quarterback. And we've seen it over and over again, guys who have great college careers where they go to that first team and, God damn, they get killed and they become gun shy. They throwing the ball too early. Running too soon, and now they talk about how bad they are. Back in NFL, that's, you know, I mean, they ain't getting beat up like back in the day, but yo, they getting hit a lot, man, and that shit is a problem.
So it's been a great transition to the NFL. And while we're here, talk about Justin Fields with the Chicago Bears. I think he's a great example of what you're talking about, Nat. The Chicago Bears haven't seemed to have figured it out over the last 3 years with him at the quarterback helm. And what can we expect from him in Chicago? Is it time for him to get moved around? What you think?
Yeah, like when you, in my opinion, when you can't get it done, you gotta go. Like when they give you everything, but this is the biggest thing. People gotta understand about with quarterbacks, right? Quarterbacks, if you look at Dak Prescott, you look at Tom Brady, you look at all of them, with the exception of maybe Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, because they're so mobile, right? If you don't give them the proper front line, you're gonna get murdered. I don't care how good you are, I don't care how accurate you are, I don't care how great you can read the defense, you're gonna get murdered. Brady the reason why I say IQ was so great is because you could not trick him. You couldn't put a package on the field and disguise what was coming at him. He could read everything that's coming at him. So he was so smart, right? That he got rid of the ball so quick, which made him so great. With a lot of these players, they don't understand the level of game tape that you got to watch, the level of preparation you got to put into the game on a Sunday to be ready on a Sunday. And for him, Justin, I don't think that he prepares that way. And when you don't get it done, you gotta go. It's time to go.
I look at it. I agree with most things you say, but I think there's a lot of variables when it comes to being a quarterback, and the biggest variable you got to depend on is your line up front. And then the system, what your offense coordinators run, right? Are they put you in a favorable position to do certain things, or do they want to push certain things? And we all know most times those guys, first pick, second pick, third pick, they O-line suck, right? And you bring a quarterback to an O-line situation that sucks, and you don't try to develop your O-line, to me is just crazy. But there's just a lot of variables, and I want to believe, in football, the quarterback position, most of those guys really are trying to prepare the best way they know how, because their lives on the line. Someone's coming to get that ass every single day.
Oh yeah.
The ball, and so I think those are variables. I think your receivers being able to get open are variables. There's just so many variables for the quarterback to be successful. But the major one is that line. If your line can't protect you and you're running for your life, that's a fucking problem. I don't care how good your arm is. I don't care how smart you are. That's a problem.
Wes?
I was watching the game the other day with Chicago and Minnesota. And I got to just be honest, man. I just never saw a game where you threw 15 wide receiver screens. So that's play calling. And you got to let the man – then when the game winning drive, they threw it down the field. And they got the game-winning field goal. They threw a 30-yard pass. The man has an arm. Why are we throwing 15 screens? Like, you gotta let some of these coaches, they holding on to their jobs, right? And they trying to take a square and put a circle in it. And the quarterback is sometimes the quarterback could be a product of that system. That's not his system.
Well, let me throw this out.
It just works out better for some guys.
Yes. No, that was a great point, Wes. I just wanted to because Nut said in terms of the O-line, and I'm thinking, are they throwing these short passes because they can't protect him for 5 seconds?
Yeah, that's why they.
No, the Chicago's line is not good. They're not. But what I'm saying is
that's what we're saying. Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's why
you have part of it is there, but you still have to be as a coaching staff. You've got to have schemes where you can get some balls down the field. You can't just keep calling wide receiver screen and saying I got to teach this to make this quarterback comfortable. If you watched the game last night, the Cincinnati quarterback, they started out with some short passes, and then next thing you know, the dude is 32 or 37 for 354, and they win in games.
Yeah, but
they won the game.
But you got to understand again.
System.
You can't adjust to that if you don't have the protection.
But Cincinnati has one of the weaker lines in football. So the Chicago's line is horrible, but Cincinnati's line is not that great either.
So that's the point. The team on the opposite side of the field isn't getting to the quarterback quick enough if Cincinnati's line is weak. If Cincinnati's line is weak and they're still not getting to him and they're letting you throw bombs, then something is wrong with the defense. But
well, it's not about throwing bombs. What I'm saying is that you have to be able to throw the ball down. You can't, because what happens is, I mean, you can watch the Dallas Cowboys season. The first 6 games of the year, they were throwing them little short passes to get it out the Dak's hands early and playing safe. And it got their ass whooped by San Francisco. Then they open it up. They throwing the ball down the field, and it's a different look. Now they obviously some talent. They played some weaker teams, but overall, it just looks different when you put pressure on secondaries. Regardless of, I mean, you're gonna have those issues. You got to throw the ball downfield on occasion.
So Wes, so we talk about variables, right? Cincinnati has a variable of 3 wide receivers where you're going to find a mismatch somewhere, right? They got a variable of guys who know how to run routes. They have a catch radius, and so that kind of helps with your line not being as good because I'm going to match up that I can get the ball down the field 12, 15 yards, but they can run and they can catch and they know how to run route, right? So you have that other variable, right?
And the Chicago Bear receivers.
Yeah, or you keep a running back.
They have one.
You keep a tight end in to help with protection, so you can mask around Cincinnati's line because you can keep somebody in and help with protection. You got 2 wide receivers. That can kill.
And you got Joe.
They don't have Chicago doesn't have much of anything.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I guess my point was I'm not gonna blame Jalen. I'm not blaming this guy.
Can we just not mention Dallas, please? Like, let's not talk about Dallas.
We say the best for last.
No, we don't need to talk about Dallas.
What we won't be discussing is the Patriots this week.
No, we will not be discussing the Patriots.
We need to discuss them right now.
Listen,
the Patriots have the lowest over/under in a game this week. I think it's 30 in Pittsburgh, right? 30 is one of the lowest. I took the under.
Listen, we don't need to talk about the Cowboys. We don't need to talk about the Patriots. I agree. Because, listen, the Cowboys, we do this every year with the Cowboys. We do this every year, over and over and over. We do this same. It's like I have an uncle who's a Jets fan, and opening day, I can set my phone, my watch, my whatever to his phone call to call me about the damn Jets. Oh, this is the year. This is the year. It's the same thing with the Cowboys. Can we just wait until they win?
Nobody over here said
I don't think anybody said anything about them winning the Super Bowl yet. I just mentioned that.
Can we?
We didn't even get to that segment yet.
Somebody mentioned the Cowboys.
We didn't even get to that segment yet.
No.
I just mentioned the
system. His mind.
Yeah. Let's not.
I hope Hakeem told you wrong, then, because you signed up on this. If you got on this call, he didn't tell you that the disclaimer was it's all Lakers Cowboys on this channel.
I know. We're all Lakers and Cowboys, but I'm the odd man out, and I'm just saying.
Oh no, you're not. You're not the odd man out. You good.
Cowboys fans, please.
I'm not saying anything about Super Bowl. Trust me, I'm not an obnoxious fan.
It's easy.
Let's not get distracted. Let's get there because there's other things we need to talk about, namely Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers. Coach wanted to gloat. He had the cigar ready. I made him put it down. Coach Harriel, Coach E, he's a big 49er fan.
Okay.
So they did work this past weekend.
If you ask me, every team has a bad week. It was a bad week for the Eagles. Right now, if I had to pick who was going to win the Super Bowl, I would say it's going to be the Eagles. They look like the most dominant. They look like the most well-put-together team. They look like they're under the most control on both sides of the field. They've beaten everybody it was supposed to beat. They ran from the weak teams to the tough teams. If you call the Cowboys a tough team, they've beaten everybody that they were supposed to beat this year. And so they're allowed one bad week, right? This does not change the fact that these guys should still be Super Bowl favorites.
Oh, they got another bad week coming up, and it's right now. and the stop down is going to be Sunday night when the boys put it on them because they ain't winning Sunday night. They ain't going into Texas Stadium.
Not happening. Not happening.
Hey, yo, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a really big fan of CJ Stroud, So, you know, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't really have a dog in this fight. I really want to see this young man really turn into the next Tom Brady. I really, really want to see this. So I don't really have a dog in this fight. But yeah, the Eagles is tough, man. The Eagles is good, bro. The Eagles,
Nah,
I don't know.
the Eagles play the Dallas Cowboys this week, bro.
Listen,
Are they?
They play
Yeah,
Cowboys.
they-
Oh, yeah.
Monday.
I think
Sunday
the
night.
Eagles-
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the Texans. I thought you meant the Cowboys.
No,
Come on, man. They already
they
smoked the
coming to
Cowboys.
Texas to get beat down.
I'm
No,
sorry. I thought they was
they
playing.
struggle.
I thought
They
they was
struggle
playing
with the
CJ.
Cowboys.
I thought they was playing CJ. I thought they was
struggle
playing
with
with
the-
CJ.
No. They struggle with the Cowboys. The
man.
Cowboys actually
Come
beat
on,
themselves.
man.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are probably one of the most battle tested. I think going to the playoffs is going to be tough to beat them. I don't think they're dominant like they did last year, and then I guess everybody had a year to see them and see tape on them. But I think they definitely are probably one of the most prepared. Them and San Fran, most prepared teams going into the playoffs, playing tough schedules and getting ready for that rigor. But I don't, dominant. I don't know. I don't know if Eagles are dominant, but I like them. I like San.
I just
Hey,
want.
yo,
I like to see.
so-
I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles are the best. Still, they have one bad game, so I'm not jumping on.
I think
I'm a Cowboys
so
fan. They
here's
have
my
one
issue.
bad game, whatever.
Eagles,
So
Eagles know how to
You
win.
said they
No
have one
worries.
bad game.
Eagles
said they
know how
have
to
one
win.
bad
I'm
game.
gonna push back on. I'm
no,
gonna
the
push
Eagles
back
have
on
one
all that.
bad game.
Eagles
Eagles
know how
have
to
one.
win.
The
Well, they
Cowboys.
Sure.
no.
I'm gonna
The
push
Eagles
back
have
on
one
all
bad game. The Cowboys played the Arizona Cardinals just like the Jets, or just like the Eagles played the Jets. And you have those stinker games against teams that you should beat, but you lose to, right?
Right.
And then they both played each other, and
Right.
the Eagles
Right.
actually won the game. So it wasn't like that was a blowout game, but they won the game. So
Eagles know how
what
to
matters
win.
is win.
Bottom, I think right now, top to bottom, the best team in the NFL is the San Francisco 49ers right now.
I'm crazy.
I agree.
I'm crazy.
Nah, San
I
Francisco
agree too.
49ers, bro. They just
I'm crazy.
they just went and smacked the Eagles, bro. They smacked the Eagles in Philly.
I can
Smacked them.
take that. They smacked them. I can take that.
They
But
smacked
Eagles
them.
know how to win. Eagles know how to win.
With a healthy Debo, a healthy McCaffrey, Ayuk, that defense.
I would
That
like to
system?
see. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with
I agree with that, Hawk. I agree with that.
here's the problem with the San Francisco 49ers. They too heavily reliant on Deebo Samuels. When he was out, they looked like the Jets. Right? Am I wrong?
They didn't look like
Huh?
the Jets. No.
Well, they lost 3 in a row.
That's why I said
You're
healthy-
1,000% right.
With a healthy Debo, a healthy
1,000% right.
McCaffrey. That's why I
Thank
said
you.
that. I just did
1,000% right.
You know,
But I will say this: the other piece that, like, I agree with E on Debo. The other thing is people sleeping on the fact that they front runners. They are front runners. I've yet to see Brock Purdy and the coach. The coach is 0-30 when he down in the fourth quarter. I'm just saying. The coach is 0-30 down in the fourth quarter. So let's not sleep on that. And Brock Purdy, if the Eagles score 2 touchdowns and up 14-0, that's a different approach than being down 6-0. People don't understand that. I've never seen that dude in the 3 games they lost. They were trailing. All those games they were trailing, and he threw the picks. He looked uncomfortable, and I just want to see that. He having a great year. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is I got to see something different.
We were talking about the Cowboys and the Eagles this weekend. Here's my problem: why everybody, you guys think that they're gonna go to Texas and the Eagles are gonna lose. If you pay attention to the Cowboys season this year, they've blown out every weak team that they've played, and every decent team that they've played, they've lost to.
Except for the Seattle Seahawks, they just had it.
They played Philly and they played San Francisco. They lost to Arizona. I'm gonna bring this point up. They played 17 games. The Eagles played 14 of the same opponents. 14 of the games are the same. So the schedule is going to work out. It's just how it played out. They played bums in a row. I get that. But when you have 14 of the same games,
but
that's what it is. You can't help that.
But what I'm saying to you is that for some odd reason, when the Cowboys are met with a competent team that can
Eagles
play.
and San Francisco. Those two teams, Eagles and San Francisco.
And
Those are the two losses. Arizona's a bum team. It's like the Jets are a bum team. So you lost to them. It's like Philly lost to the Jets.
The Jets up. When you talk about Philly, you don't even bring the Jets up because we get it.
Yeah, you don't bring it up.
You don't even bring it up. Whatever.
Has the Cowboys beat any worthy of
Seattle?
They didn't beat Philly, and they didn't beat Philly. They beat San Fran.
Yeah, Seattle.
They beat Seattle.
Playoff contending team. They're above 500 team. They're above 500 team. They're a playoff contending team. If they beat Dallas, they
lost to Philly and San Fran.
Have you struggled with the Eagles? Have you struggled with the Seahawks? What do you think the best team in the NFL is going to do?
Listen,
the Commanders struggle. The Commanders damn near beat the Eagles twice. It don't mean nothing. It's week to week. It don't mean nothing. These are NFL players, man. They NFL players. They get paid. Sunday, they got pride.
Given Sunday.
I forget how you Cowboys.
No, listen.
Nah, but I would love to. I don't mind having but the argument is who you lose to. The Philadelphia Eagles played the Washington Commanders twice, and the Commanders should have won both games. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't take away from the Eagles. They're a good team. I get it. But the Cowboys blew them out. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's about matchup, and it's week to week.
Styles makes fights for sure.
Right. But and interject stuff right fast. The thing with the Dallas Cowboys and what happened this year in particular is that they found their groove. Right. The coaching schemes have been a lot better over the last 5-6 weeks. CeeDee Lamb, the receiving core, has stepped up tremendously as opposed to the first few weeks. So it's almost like a different team. And Dak Prescott right now is playing the best football of any quarterback in the NFL right now.
In the famous words of my man Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed.
Listen, all of this stuff, none of this stuff matters because the schedule is the schedule, and you play who you play.
The schedule's the schedule.
We're gonna finish the schedule. We got Philly, we're gonna win. We got Buffalo, we got Miami, we got Detroit. We finished the schedule with the toughest ending schedule in football. It's all gonna be revealed.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you is that those are all the teams that they said the Cowboys haven't beat a good team. So they're coming up is when the schedule played out different for the Cowboys than it did for the Eagles. The Eagles play their tough games now. The Cowboys gonna play their tough games later. That's the bottom line. They're playing the same schedule.
If the Cowboys win out and march up into the playoffs, smacking jokers around, all right, you get to burn your cigar, coach. I got you.
Yes, definitely, Coach.
Okay, you can burn it.
No, because what happens if the Cowboys win the rest of their games is that okay? Let's see them do it in the playoffs. We get it. I get it. The goalpost moves all the time. I understand. I get it.
How many playoff games have y'all won in the last 10 years?
2.
Probably 4.
4?
Probably 4. Dak got 2 and Romo got 2. That's probably it. Yep.
Cool.
How many playoff games y'all gonna win in the next 20 years? That deal with the devil's over, my man. It's over. Those days are over. That's it. It's over. That's cool.
Next year.
You know, who's gonna be coaching next year?
Yo, listen to me. We have enough rings to last us a lifetime.
It's gonna be a lifetime before you see another one. I used to think that. Too.
Oh, you mean back when Roger saw that?
Back in the day.
I used to think that. I used to think that with Troy and Roger. I thought it was gonna keep on happening. I was wrong. They left.
The last time the Cowboys was in the Super Bowl, Madison was the hottest record on radio.
You know why you guys can't win?
95.
Because your owner is in the way, man. Your owner is in the way. It's his show. It's all about him. And until he gets out of the way, just like the Knicks, you're not gonna win, and neither the Knicks.
I think this year is different, E.
Nope.
The defense is stout.
Nope.
Defense is stout. Hold on, let me bring Cliff in. Cliff gonna break it down.
Nope.
Cliff, Tell these jokers why it's different for the Cowboys this year. Let them know. What's different about the Cowboys this year?
Well, Dak is playing head and shoulders above almost every
Everybody.
quarterback in the league.
Oh, Jesus.
But
Wes just got finished saying it's week to week, man.
it
Purdy.
is. It
In the
is.
last
But
6 weeks, he's been
I
playing
said it was week to week.
quarterback in the league.
Purdy.
Coach, it's about.
I don't get caught up in the best quarterback and all that ESPN Fox stuff. I stay away from it. I'm just go week to
Purdy.
week,
Totally.
and you know, and that's it. You can keep saying Purdy.
But
All I know is that they have not won a game if one of those dudes ain't on the field. So if they lose Trent Williams, first of all, the most valuable 49 is Trent Williams. Then it's Debo.
I agree.
Then it's McCaffrey.
I
then,
agree.
Then is Warner, Fred Warner.
Yep.
Right. And then maybe it gets to Purdy on 5 or 6.
I agree with you 100%. If any of our guys get hurt, it's over. It's a wrap.
and you see how
Yeah,
fragile everybody is. You see what happened to Lawrence last night. I mean, it's
everybody's a game away. That's why it's week to week.
But you can say that, yeah. But that's the NFL. You can say that about Micah Parsons. If Micah Parsons goes out,
that's week to week. That's why I said it's week to week. People thought it was finished when Diggs got hurt. They said it was finished. That's what I heard.
And
I heard that when Diggs was done, they said, "Oh, y'all done."
They might have got better at the secondary.
Dak is injury prone.
Nah, Dak ain't injury prone.
No,
Okay.
I mean he's been hurt, but he's not like
he's not
Joe Burrow.
That's true. He's not Joe Burrow.
He's not.
No, he
That's
ain't.
injury
Let me tell
prone.
y'all something. The Cowboys is a product of CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. That's what the Cowboys are. On both sides of the ball. Micah Parsons on defense, CeeDee Lamb on offense. That's what they are.
But Dak got to get CD the ball, so you got to
Dak Prescott. The way CeeDee Lamb is playing, this year, bro. Any quarterback can find that man. I'm sorry, man. That guy is flat out. I'm not gonna lie to you. That boy is flat out balling this year.
Right, but I think what happened was McCarthy started scheming better and putting him in the position to be open. Because it was early.
You're watching too much Stephen A. Smith, man.
That was no.
Turn ESPN off. Turn it off. Turn off ESPN. Not you, huh? I'm gonna eat. Turn that off.
You talking about me?
I mean, nah. I'm talking about you just saying somebody got to throw him the ball. Somebody has to throw him the ball. I'm not saying Dak is the best quarterback, but
listen to me, fellas. Listen to me. This is how it works.
Hold on. Coach numbers is up.
Coach.
The other boy decided to catch the ball. He's getting it. Spread it around. It's not just one person, man.
Listen to me for a second. If you give me a half decent front line, right, and you give me CeeDee Lamb, who's balling the way he's balling, you could intertwine what quarterback is back there. They're gonna find him. I'm sorry if you're sitting here telling me that Dak Prescott is doing something amazing.
It wasn't like that in the first 4 or 5
I didn't say it was amazing. I'm just saying you got to throw him the ball. I didn't say nothing.
It wasn't
everybody does.
The first 4 or 5 games of the season, CeeDee Lamb was not getting the ball, and it was an issue that he wasn't getting the ball. So somebody wasn't finding him. I'm sure Dak wasn't ignoring him. His number one.
Well, listen, we've seen the progression of Dak. You're just I guess fascinated with CeeDee Lamb's stats over the past few weeks, which Dak had to get him the ball. But I'm talking about Dak. I'm talking about from that blowout to San Francisco, where I was saying I don't know if Dak is it, and to the progression to where he is now.
I really plan to log on right after this Cowboy conversation because
watch this. Hey Wes. Early in the year and last year, how critical were we of Dak Prescott?
All the time. We were all the time.
All the time.
All of us were. All of us were.
Okay. So the second half of this last half of the season, this last stretch, which implies playing the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Bills. Please keep this energy. Please keep this
absolutely.
energy.
I'm gonna throw something else at you. An attribute that Dak had been very strong in over the years, but went away from it over the last year or two. Using his legs. What has he been doing a lot lately over the last 6-7 games? Using his legs. He's way more comfortable and way more decisive in his decision making, bro. He just is. For whatever reason, I think the schemes and them knowing how to put people in the right position to.
That 2-minute drill last year was terrible.
Until he played the 49ers. Because I mean, listen, the man has had 3 bad games, and I remember as a Cowboy fan, they all against the same team. There it is, coach. This happened to be against the same squad. The 49ers got him 3 times. He looked like absolute ass in 3 games. Trash.
Yeah,
it's not hard to say.
So anybody on here think that the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl?
I think they can win it. Will they? I don't know.
Nah, man.
I think there's 6 teams that can win.
Okay, who are they?
And there's no front runners
Baltimore,
right now,
Kansas City, Dallas, Philadelphia, San Fran. Well, actually, that 5. I don't really think Miami can win it, but so it's 5 to me.
You think Baltimore has a chance to win it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. I think it can get hot. They have the defensive team to do it, and they definitely have the weapons now for Lamar to get there. They have a decent running game, and he's a double threat. So really, in January, it's about running the football and defense.
Kansas City's front line is ass, and their receivers are dropping the ball. Mahomes can't depend on anybody.
Kansas City's not winning this year.
No, they're not.
Miami has
I don't give a fuck how many games Taylor Swift comes to. They're not winning this year.
Well, Miami has a bead on that first seed, and I think that if they have home field through the playoffs, they can definitely win it.
Yeah, those are the teams I got.
You think Miami?
Everybody has a reason. I think San Fran could win it.
You think Miami?
Well, Miami can get there. I think it's going to be either Dallas, Philly, or San Francisco that's going to win the Super Bowl. NFC is going to win the Super Bowl this year.
I think the NFC will win the Super Bowl this year.
NFC is winning the Super Bowl this year.
But it's only 2 teams, I think, and it's the Cowboys. I mean, it's the Eagles and the 49ers. I don't think that the Cowboys, they just fold. I mean, they are who they are, man. They just fold in the playoffs. They have this amazing. They have this amazing regular season, and then every goddamn year, it's not 1, 2, or 3. Every damn year, these guys look like they start out like porn stars and finish like virgins. Like I just think that
Hey man,
it's just
they got to step up in the second season, man, when it counts.
That's the bottom line. They choke every year. I don't disagree with you. All the storylines are true. I get it. I can't deny that. It's been 29 years. What can I say? I'm an old man now.
We've lived through it. We've lived through every year.
I'm an old man now,
I know. I mean, I know. I lived through it every year because I tease my father continuously.
I was up in scandals after their last Super Bowl win. Now, opening stars. I was up in scandals the last time the Cowboys won. Come on. So it's been a minute.
Yep. Huh? Say it again.
Talking about the NBA?
No, not
You're
yet.
2 down.
We can make before we do that, we need to go down this NFL schedule this week and pick winners and losers.
Oh, okay.
And ride with us, E. And then we go to the NBA.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Patriots at Steelers.
Anything the Patriots involved in, I'm going with this. I'm going against them.
Steelers.
They're not going to win. Steelers should win.
I'm going with the Patriots because the Steelers don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots.
Yo, Mac Jones. Yo, bro, listen to me. Mac Jones.
I'm a Zappy man. I like Zappy.
They can't score. Steelers.
Me too.
This is going to be a 6-3 game.
Yep. Texans at Jets. Texans.
Texans.
Hey, yo, that boy CJ Stroud, man.
Yeah, he's nice.
Incredible. He's it.
Yeah.
He's the league, bro.
I'm going with the Jets.
You got the Jets?
Oh!
I wouldn't go against CJ.
Yeah.
Rams at Ravens. Rams
Ravens.
look
I
good
got the
last year
Ravens.
today. I'm gonna go with the
Ravens.
I like the Ravens.
Ravens.
I like the Ravens as well.
Panthers at Saints.
I like the Saints.
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 I'm gonna go Panthers. Oh,
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying they lost an ugly game the other day. It's the Saints. It's like I don't know who to trust in that. Maybe I'm rooting for my man Young to get another win. They got a new coach.
All right, Bryce. Buccaneers at Falcons. I missed one. Colts at Bengals.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I like
go
the Bengals in
Buccaneers.
that one.
Oh,
I
you
like
the Colts and Bengals?
Bengals. I like the Bengals. I like the Bengals.
I like the Bengals too.
I'm going with
I'm
the
going
Colts.
with the Bengals in that game. You said Colts and Bengals, right?
Yeah. And then we
Yeah,
got
Bengals.
Buccaneers at Falcons.
And don't sleep on
I like
Colts.
the
They're on a
Bucks.
6-game winning streak.
I like
Yeah,
the Bucks in that game.
Colts
I like the
playing well.
Bucks.
Bucks.
I like the Bucks.
I like the Bucks, and that's for the division right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They got the best player on the field is Mike Evans.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Go with the Falcons.
Too bad they don't got Brady throwing the ball to him no more.
Jaguars at Browns.
I like the Browns.
Is Lawrence gonna be playing?
They don't know yet.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go no Lawrence. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
No Lawrence. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Yeah, I like
I'm gonna go
Browns.
Cleveland too.
If Trevor's playing, I'm going Jaguars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trevor plays, I go Jaguars.
Yeah, I'll go Jaguars with Trevor, but no Trevor. It's Cleveland.
Yeah. What do you think about the other Josh Allen though?
He's amazing too.
Jaguars.
He's amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, Josh
Amazing
Allen, the
on
defensive Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defense.
dope.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah.
really good. Mhm.
Lions at Bears. Go with the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions.
I'm going with the Bears in an upset.
I'm going with the Bears as well.
Lions.
Wow. Lions for me.
Seahawks at Niners.
49ers.
Niners. Bang bang Niner game.
I don't even have to say.
Oh, I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, nah, I may be going with you, Hawk, because
Okay.
this is their season.
Oh my god.
Basically, this is Seahawks. I mean, I'm going Seahawks.
Greg, 49ers.
Everybody gets one of those games, and here it is for the 49ers.
49ers,
Yep.
right?
Divisional game, and y'all beat them already. Didn't
Yeah.
y'all?
They gonna split.
My son said y'all bugging if y'all even think
You'll
the Seahawks stand a chance.
Yeah.
Sound crazy.
Hey, we got everybody healthy right now.
Mhm.
It's over.
We'll
I
see.
know.
Vikings at Raiders.
This is a tough one, man. I'm
gonna go Raiders.
I'm gonna go to Vikings.
I go
I like
Raiders.
the Raiders. I don't like the Raiders.
I'm gonna go Vikings.
I'm gonna go Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to Raiders. Broncos at Chargers. I'm going Broncos.
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 Who win Chargers?
I went
I'm going Chargers.
Wow.
I like Broncos and the Chargers. Jeez. Broncos and the Chargers, Greg.
Yeah.
I know. I like the Broncos. I like the Broncos.
I like the Broncos, yeah. Russell Wilson, he looked good this year.
I would tell you this Bills Chiefs game is gonna be tough too. It's not a walk in the park for the Chiefs. It's not a walk in the park for the Chiefs.
A lot of tough games this week.
They're playing at home though. They might get they playing at Arrowhead, so they may get it. They may get it at home.
Yo, E, so
That's
what's
the next game?
your? Yeah, that's the next game. Bills at Chiefs.
I'm sorry.
What is your opinion of Josh Allen, the quarterback?
No, I think every quarterback is pretty much the same, right? In terms of the exception to each quarterback in the league. Like I think you could take all of these quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Mahomes, not Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, all of these guys, right? You can lump them in a box, right? And if you give them the tools, like you gave Josh Allen 2 seasons ago, he'll tear you apart. He'll be the number one person to talk about. If you take his tools away from him, everybody will say that he's mediocre, he's not that great, he's okay, he always fell off, or he's not having a great season. The exception to those rules have always, and not even Brady has been an exception to the rule. The only exception to those rules have been Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers because of their IQ and their mobility. Every last one of these other players, with the exception of now CJ Stroud, you could probably move CJ Stroud over there with Patrick Mahomes and those guys. But everybody else is just, it's all the same, man. These guys, if you give them the tools, you give them the front line, you give them intelligent receivers that can run their routes, they're gonna have great seasons. If not, don't give them a running back threat in the backfield where they could play action and they'll have great seasons. If they don't have a great front line, they're not gonna have a great season. That's been always my analyzation of every quarterback.
Right. So I'm glad you said that, and that's fair, and that's the way the world should work. But we've noticed over here at IZM Sports that mainstream media and these other analysts tend to shade, no pun intended, towards certain quarterbacks and how they propel them. So, for instance, Josh Allen, who has known to be an interception machine, you can see how they still push him as one of the top quarterbacks, although in the bigger moments he's crumbled and crumbled.
In the bigger moments he's crumbled, yeah,
mightily,
absolutely, yeah.
He's made some bonehead plays. He's thrown some crazy interceptions. He's fumbled quite a bit. But when he does well,
those fumbles though are not fair, right? Because because you watch a lot of his game tapes and a lot of his fumbles, and you got the defensive player coming around the side and knocking the ball out of his hand on a cockback. It's not really much any quarterback can do. You got to blame that more on the defensive player. Even the interceptions, when you hit a player in the chest and it bounces off of them and it's an interception, you can't really blame the quarterback for all of the interceptions. But I do agree. I think Josh Allen is no better or worse than 60% of the quarterbacks in the NFL. That's how come I was a big fan of Colin Kaepernick getting another shot, because he was no better or worse than 60% of the quarterbacks, and at least he could be mobile and he could run, right? When you've always had exceptions to the rules, and Josh Allen has not met the requirements to be considered an exception to the rule, like Mahomes, like Aaron Rodgers, like Tom Brady. He hasn't fit that yet. And the only one of the quarterbacks in the league that is now there is CJ Stroud.
Purdy.
Oh, and
it's interesting.
Purdy's getting
I can't do Purdy. I don't feel the way I feel about CJ Stroud and Purdy for me. I like the point about CJ Stroud. I can't do it for Purdy because I feel like Purdy's the 5th best player on his team. CJ Stroud, I find it interesting you brought him up in that Rodgers and Mahomes talk, because I feel like CJ Stroud, when I first saw him ball, the first thing I said to myself was, as a Cowboy fan, I hope the Cowboys win soon because Houston's about to win the Super Bowl. Immediately that's the feeling I got from him. I hadn't had a feeling from another quarterback like that in a long time. And those are the type of things that I saw from him immediately.
You know how I feel about CJ Stroud. Season 1 of the Washington when RG3 was in Washington, season 1, and he had that monumentous year. That's how I feel about the only thing is that they figured out that RG3 couldn't read the defense, and they started disguising packages and killing him. But CJ Stroud is a bit different in the fact that he's intelligent, he's incredibly mobile, and he's got a dope arm. I don't know. I got to put him with the elites, right? I got to put him over there with Aaron Rodgers and CJ and Patrick Mahomes. Any of the other guys, I can't do it, man. I just lump them all into how their front line and the rest of their personnel is.
Can I throw this at you guys, which was very interesting? I learned over the weekend that up until that point, Jordan Love had the exact same numbers as Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre through those number of games.
Yep.
Touchdowns, interceptions, passing yardage. Like it was like a mirror, all three straight across. Now we don't look at Jordan Love as that type of quarterback, but over the last 6 games, we've been doing this thing.
He looks good too.
You know, I think that he's going to come into his own. I think that, you know, it took him some time to get adjusted and get comfortable, and now I think he's hit his stride. But you know, I still don't think that he's exceptional. I think he's lumped in with the other, you know, 70-75% of the quarterbacks in the league. I don't think he's like a standout just yet. Just my opinion.
Yeah, but we got to give him his props. We got to give him his props because he is a first-year starter. You know, and
8 interceptions,
and to be
8 touchdowns, no interceptions over that time.
Yeah, he's playing well. I'm happy for him because they're ready to. I mean, we got to also realize, like, we talk about this game the way we talking about it, and with the other part about being a black quarterback, we just don't ever say it. Our leash is real short. We just don't talk about it. We have a short leash, and we tend to listen to what the pundits say, and we start agreeing because we want our teams to win. We want them to do well. When they don't do well, we're like, you only play like you got guys like Andre Ware who had 11 starts in his NFL career. Just 11. You know, EJ Manuel was another one of those dudes. He didn't get a lot of starts, but he was a winning quarterback leaving the NFL. You know, so our leash is short, and we celebrating these dudes that be out there for years and years and years and years and years and years with average records. So and
to your point, right? I think that Lamar Jackson has done a lot with a little. Right? I think that I think that he, you know, if the next person that I would move over into that elite quarterback and not the exception of all of those guys would probably, like, if you put Lamar Jackson with the Cowboys, maybe I would be like, oh, hold up. because that threat becomes a little bit more with the mobility with him, you know. So I'm gonna move him soon. I'm moving him over because he just has done so much with so little, and you know he's gotten criticized for his contract negotiations and everything. And I'm a big fan of Lamar, and I think black quarterbacks should get their just due for that as well, for sure.
Coach Williamson, can you chime in on that point? You got anything?
Well, I think over the past couple of years, I think the top quarterbacks, the majority of them have been black, which I've been very proud to see how they develop. And again, analysts ain't gonna give them they just do as to how intelligent they are, right? It's all about the athleticism, but like he said, you got to study film, you got to be able to recognize defenses and things. So they have to be very intelligent, right? And I think what Dak been doing, since he's been in the league, right? He made the decision at some point not to use his legs because he wanted to be a pocket guy, but Dak do what Dak does. I think Lamar is one of the elite quarterbacks with what he can do. Again, because he's done a lot, they don't want to give him credit for his intelligence, ability to throw the ball. He throws a great ball. But there's a few of them like that. And I like Joe Burrow. He gets sacked.
I think with a game, I think I'm gonna be honest with you when I analyze a player like Dak Prescott, and I would love, because he's a black quarterback, so I would love to see him really, really excel. I think that when the game is sped up really, really fast, which is why always in the crunch time he always makes mistakes. When a game is really, really fast, he doesn't excel well. When you got a lot of pressure on him, he folds like a chair.
So I'm gonna say this. Systems and styles and all makes fight. I believe that Dak's best years was when Elliott was a running back and he had all the rushing yards. You got to help create windows. You got to be able to run the ball for Dak to be a great Dak, right? Him sitting back throwing the ball all day, he'll get stats, but you ain't gonna win that way. So I believe the system and old offensive coordinators sometimes got to help in that comfortability, right? And understanding that, we got to be able to run the ball successfully, create windows, then, I can use my legs here and there. But with that, it definitely is a combination of the OC in him, right? Use his best assets, right? He's not a Dan Fouts or Dan Marino. You just got him back to think he's going to throw the ball 50 times, you got to win. And truth be told, Cowboys ain't going to win that way, right?
Right.
Not many people do win that way.
Huh?
You got to have a running game.
You got to be able to run the ball.
But coach, I don't. You know what I don't understand about a lot of these quarterbacks, white or black. Tom Brady gave the blueprint, right? It was reported that the guy watched 10 times more game film than the average player in the league. His week-to-week preparation was second to none. So he always, not the most athletic, because he knew he wasn't the most athletic. He prided himself on being the smartest guy on the field. Right? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you one.
But it worked for him, right? It worked for him.
It works for. But listen. What people fail to realize, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, even bowling, it's about the level of your IQ. It's not always. You can give me the most talented player in the world, right? And then you can give me the most smartest player in the world, and you say, Eric, choose. I'm gonna go with the smartest player in the world because I guarantee you, the most talented player in the world is gonna make mistakes. He's gonna make way more mistakes than the smartest guy. I'm gonna tell you. I saw this film, right? Hang on. I saw this film. In this film. This guy, this old man it's called The Edge, right? And this guy had a paddle, right? And on one side of the paddle, it had a Black Panther like racing. And then on the other side of the paddle, it had a squirrel. And the squirrel was just chilling there and he wasn't afraid. And he asked him, he said, what is the symbolism of this paddle? And he said the squirrel, the rabbit sits there unafraid of this roaring panther because he realizes that he's smarter than the panther. So he doesn't have to panic because he knows that the panther, although he's big and fast and strong, he's going to do some dumb shit and the rabbit is always going to outsmart him. And players don't realize that in sports, right? Kobe developed the Mamba mentality. These players don't subscribe to the Mamba mentality. And that's what it is in sports. It's about being prepared.
Yep.
It's about the most committed in war, right? If you look at why we have so many problems with the Afghans, because they are the most committed.
Right, but
these guys will scrap something.
I agree with you. I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
Right, and
sorry for going on that long.
That's all good because, but when you talk about an individual and their input on a team championship,
there you go.
You got to factor in so many other things beyond just that individual's preparation, and that's important, especially at the quarterback position. No doubt that you need to be but there are other variables like your defense, like your blocking, like people got to make plays,
sure.
people got to catch the ball, people can't make turnovers.
Listen,
it's not that.
Defense wins Super Bowls. We all know that. Defense wins Super Bowls.
Yes.
We're very clear about that. Somehow or another, Tom Brady always had a great defense because the guy was the smartest guy on the field.
Yeah, and he didn't always play well in Super Bowls either.
It helps to leave your defense on the sideline.
He didn't always play well in Super Bowls.
Not at all. The two Super Bowls he didn't play well, he lost against the Giants. But listen, it's also helpful to get your defense as much rest as possible on the sideline by keeping the time of possession on offense. And you only extend that if you're a smart quarterback, right? When you got to consistently go 3 and out, and you keep your defense on the field, when it gets to the fourth quarter, those guys are going to be worn down and give a shit how good they are. That's always been a fact.
You have to have a solid running back too.
Football has a lot of variables, right? And at the end of the day, last man with the mark is going to win. But again, you're right. Defense win championships, right? Field position matters, right? If I only gotta go 30 yards, I ain't go 90 yards. It matters. So a lot of things
It
matter,
matters.
right? So I just think that when we talk about these quarterbacks and you're only going to have a handful of elite in the league every year. I do like the quarterbacks that in the league now. I think that a lot of these young guys, we talk about Stroud now, a lot of these young guys, they can play, and they playing very well. You know, the guy that took over in Minnesota, that was it, Josh Everton. I didn't like him. Dobbs, yeah, I didn't like how he's playing. You know, he's putting this up. The guy in Seattle, you know, he's older in the league, but he's playing well. So the black quarterback in the NFL now, they're representing us very, very well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just about mobility; it's about intelligence. Russell Wilson's always been an intelligent quarterback. You know, I just think that it's a good thing for football, a good thing for young guys coming up who want to play quarterback. Now
we need some owners. Now we need some owners.
Yeah,
we got three more. We got 3 more games to call, and then we can move it to the NBA real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Eagles at Cowboys. We all know Cowboys.
Eagles. Oh.
I'm sure.
No, you know he gonna pick the Eagles too.
Yeah, I think after getting smacked around, the Eagles gonna come and prove something. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna go with the Eagles, and I'm hoping that the Eagles win. So maybe the Cowboys fans would be like, "Yeah, maybe this year is just not our year. We playing good, but you know, guys beat us at their field and our field. Like maybe it's just not our year. Like maybe I'm just hoping
Cowboys.
somebody comes to their senses before the playoffs."
All right, we got Packers at Giants.
Packers.
Packers.
Giants. No, I'm just joking. Packers.
Giants won last week, didn't they?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I didn't even know they played.
Yeah, I don't even play.
I thought Giants, whatever. It caused traffic for me. That's all they do is cause traffic for me.
Titans at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, man. So got the in-season tournament semifinals in the West.
Listen.
Semifinals.
We got the Knicks.
Hawk, before you go into that, I gotta go, man. I gotta go to bed so I get up in the morning.
Coach Williamson, man. Salute, bro.
Coach, thank you, Coach.
Talking football.
Always an honor and pleasure, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Good seeing you, Coach.
Have a good night, man.
Yep. All right, peace.
Yep.
Peace,
Yo, Hot. You got to talk about the hot topic first, man, before you go into teams, man.
Okay.
You know, you got to talk about, you know, Ime Udoka and LeBron James. You got to talk about that, man. Before that's the hot topic right now.
It's a hot topic, you know. Apparently, Ime got them hands. They say he's trained in several martial art skills.
Yeah, that's how come he was not afraid of LeBron standing over there with the 6'8", right?
Yeah, that's cool. But we look at the old footage of LeBron putting that work on him in them games.
For me, man, I'm not a really big fan of the bitch word. I watch the podcast with all about the smoke, all the smoke or whatever.
Yeah.
And Stack 5 said it, he was like, listen, a guy dunked on my whole team, boom, and was like, yo, get these bitches out of here. And he was like, yo, you gotta put an address on that, bro. Like you gotta, like, who you calling a bitch? Like you can't, you gotta be careful how you use that word.
Them's just fighting words.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like it's two things that could warrant Joker putting his hands on you.
Yeah.
Being called a bitch and getting invited to a man's privacy. That's like
that goes a little bit further. Invite me to privacy means you want it on any level where I'm from.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So definitely, you don't want to be throwing that word around so loosely, because not just between LeBron and Ime, but it's a lot of younger players who don't have a problem taking it to the next level. Or Draymond, for that instance, Draymond will punch somebody in the face. You give everybody's comfortable with throwing that word around. So now I feel you on that. Yeah.
All right. So we just needed to address that. Yeah.
Now, Westcliff, coach, I want to add on.
Nah, I mean, I saw what happened, but I didn't know what happened. You know, I saw them, they get ejected, and I heard the B word was involved, and I was like, "This gonna be some drama." I don't know who called who a B, but I heard it was Idoka, and I was like, "You don't call
Yeah,
nobody no bitch.
Idoka told
You don't call
LeBron
nobody
James,
no."
"Stop bitching."
They said he was. They said he was talking to his
Bitching.
team, but even if you're talking to your team, why are you telling your team they're playing like bitches? You know, so.
Yeah.
But and then you said stop acting like a bitch. So you just had the bitch word in your mouth the whole too many times.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you just wild.
let's be a professional, Ime.
Yeah,
And let's be
yeah.
a professional about this.
You
And
know.
to that point, the professionalism of the game going down, not just with players, but now coaches. You know his reputation off rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd like to get unprofessional.
Listen, I
Yeah,
already
but
tell my wife she's not allowed to go to Houston without me. Ime's in town.
exactly. You better watch your girls and wives around him. But he got those boys playing though.
Yeah,
Huh? Yeah,
He
they playing
winning.
well. They
He got them
playing well.
playing.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
are.
yeah. So we got Phoenix and the Lakers tonight. And who else we got on deck tonight?
We got the Knicks in Milwaukee right now.
The Knicks and Milwaukee. Speaking of the Knicks,
Those are quarters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the quarterfinal. They leave for Vegas. When's the because the semifinals is what?
This
So there's a
weekend.
championship on Christmas
No,
Day or something?
no. I want to say the semifinals is Thursday, and then the championship game is Saturday night in Vegas. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they were gonna drag it out, but okay.
Nah.
No, it's this
I
weekend.
can't really follow it. I get it. They're trying to bring some excitement back to the league. So now guys they only play on Tuesday and Friday now.
It's a way to get them to not bullshit through the regular season, right? It's a way because they've realized now that nothing matters until after All-Star break when the players start to play hard, and it's cheating the fans. So I'm a big fan of in-season tournaments to give them something to work for.
More incentive.
I don't like what is the result of winning the in-season tournament?
I think it's $200,000. 500.
No,
Okay.
it's $500. It's a $500,000 for everybody.
That's
Everybody.
why you see benches.
Everybody.
You see the tats on the bench. They're fucking
Everybody.
hype. Everybody's
They said
hype.
the workers get money too, right? People that work in the
also
stadium.
think is an incentive.
You know
what I also think should be an incentive? A playoff berth. If you win outright an in-season tournament, you should automatically get a bid into the playoffs.
Nah,
that would be crazy. That would be crazy, bro. That would be crazy.
I think that was originally on the table.
Yeah, but there's reason to take off now. If I win the in-season tournament, I know I'm going to the playoffs. Now I take off for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that was originally on the table, and I think they're going to move towards that eventually.
I don't know.
But
because there's another in-season tournament, and then there's still money involved in that.
Yeah. The excitement around this tournament, man, has been incredible. Like you said, Wes, the guys on the bench and everything, I haven't seen that kind of enthusiasm in a long time.
Because they're about to get paid.
Yeah.
I mean, remember these cats on minimum salaries. I mean, a $500,000, $500,000. That's a lot of money.
You know how Hakeem's boy want to win it, because if he win it, he'd be the first one to win an in-tournament championship.
Exactly.
Is it 500,000?
Exactly. You see the vision, bro.
Jordan didn't do that. Jordan didn't win an in-season championship.
Bro, you see the vision. You see it. I'm glad you're there with me.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, but y'all gonna lose tonight, though. Phoenix gonna beat y'all.
Nah, in LA, we just beat them in Phoenix last week.
That's why y'all gonna lose. You actually beat them twice already.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna win tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Check not how it works.
Okay, you'll see.
Oh shit! So each player, I just researched it. So each player gets $500,000.
Yeah, that's why the bench is going crazy.
And coach, brother,
and coaches,
everybody,
and 200,000 for making it to the finals, 100,000 for reaching the semifinals, and 50,000 for making the quarterfinals. Wow. There's one caveat: two-way players on those rosters only get half as much as those standard contracts. Boston two-way player Naeem Qatar doesn't mind. Wow. That's dope.
Yeah,
Now,
man. If you
Pete,
get to the quarterfinals, you're a two-way player. You got $25K in your pocket.
Yeah.
now, Pete did. Indiana Pacers got 10 players that make less than $3 million. They just spanked Boston the other day, knocked them out.
Yeah.
No, they ain't spanked them,
Yeah.
but they won.
They beat them out.
Don't matter. They won.
And you
They
saw
beat
the
them out. They
excitement
shouldn't have
on
beat
all of
Boston.
those cats.
Boston will be getting that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good addition to the season. It just makes it more interesting. The competition definitely stepped up.
I love it.
No, it's been
I
good.
love it.
It's been good.
I love it.
Yeah, and I
love
actually
The
went
courts,
to one of
the
the
courts look
games.
funky. I like
Yeah.
the courts. They look real
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Make it look
Courts are
bigger.
dope.
You know, everything in life has to have an evolution, right? Everything in life got to evolve. If it's the same 82 game regular season and playoffs,
It ain't working no more.
eventually, yeah, you got to evolve, or it's gonna wither and die. Everything that has life has to evolve.
So
This is the evolution of the game, and I love it.
So
I love
to
it. I
that
think they
point
should
about
do more.
evolution. To that point about evolution, how do we evolve AD?
Retirement.
That's the key right there.
I was gonna say the bench.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, AD is just one of those players. You know, he reminds me of Allen Houston. I mean, you know, I'm a Knicks fan, so you know, he just reminds me of Allen Houston, like all the talent in the world. Not Allen. Not Allen Houston. Not Allen Houston. Charles. What's his name? Charles Smith.
Yeah.
But
He reminds me of
Allen Houston stayed hurt.
Allen Houston got hurt one time, and that was it.
Yeah,
he just got hurt one time. It was over.
I was totally I did not mean Allen Houston. I meant
Charles Smith.
Charles Smith. You know, he reminds me of Charles Smith. All the physicality, all the size, everything, and just a big pussy. And I just can't. I can't subscribe to AD. You know, he talks all the junk before the season. I'm gonna play every game, and I'm gonna do all of this stuff, and I'm gonna, and he's a very talented dude. He's just soft. He's baby cotton, and in this league, you got to be able to take those hits, man.
Yeah,
and especially when it comes to the playoffs, these guys are they hit,
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Well, this is an early season test. I mean, if y'all can show up against Phoenix and make a run, if y'all can get to Vegas, but I don't think so.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
LeBron
is.
I can't ever count LeBron out though, man. LeBron is tough, man. LeBron is tough. I just AD, you just don't know what AD is gonna show up. If the real AD shows up, then they win. If the real AD don't show up, they don't win.
Yeah. So I watched the Pelicans put it on the Kings the other day, and Zion was on the floor looking tired. Still impactful though when he's on the floor. He's just, you can feel a presence. You see it. I don't know what his stats was. He wasn't the driving force for the Pelicans. That's for sure. Ingram looked really good. The West, as much as it was like, the West is supposed to be the beast, the West don't seem as thorough this year for some reason to me. Got Denver. Who else?
Minnesota.
And Minnesota.
You got Minnesota. You can't ever count out. Wait, you said the West Coast?
I said the West is not like as strong as it was in previous years. Don't seem like.
I mean, yeah, the East has definitely balanced it out. It's not, definitely the East is strong this year with Boston and Milwaukee, but you can't count out LeBron and Steph Curry, bro. They're always going to be a subject of conversation. There's always still a chance for an in-season trade that I read somewhere, a three-way trade with the Knicks in Utah and Golden State. So, you just got to.
Do you remember the names that was mentioned in that trade?
Yeah, with the center. So, I know the center from Utah was going to end up in Golden State, which is crazy.
Marketing.
And then, huh? Not,
Marketing.
Was it Utah? Who? It was another team. I forget. Anyway, Golden State was going to get. It was going to be beneficial for all three teams because, the two players. What's the two players for Golden State? What's the? Well, I don't know why these names are escaping me.
Moody.
The two role players. Huh?
Moody. Moses Moody and
not Moses. What's the other one that was expected to be really, really good and didn't really do well?
Yeah, what's his name?
I'm looking it up now.
I can't think of his name right now.
So Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga was gonna go. Yeah, Kuminga was gonna go. Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins was gonna be packaged to go to a team. They were gonna get the center. The Knicks was gonna send some players and get some draft picks or whatever. It was an ill trade. But my point that I was making wasn't about that specific trade because it was a fantasy trade. But the point is that, you know, when you got players like LeBron and Steph Curry still active and alive, you can't count those guys out, man. Especially Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is the second best player in the league right now. So, you know, he may be the first or the second best player in the league, but yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I found a trade. It's the Warriors receive Pascal, Siakam, and Isaiah Hartenstein. The Raptors receive Wiggins, Fournier, Kuminga, Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, it was the Raptors.
And Knicks receive OG, Anuembo, Moses Moody, and Gary Payton.
Yeah, Gary Payton Jr. Yeah, the third. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know,
interesting trade. Interesting
trade. Because listen, if you give Steph Curry Siakam and still has Klay Thompson, come on, bro. The middle now that middle is not as open anymore. You know?
It's a good trade.
With Draymond still playing the point guard?
Yeah.
And Steph Curry moving off the ball the way he moves.
So my man is not doing that well. What's my man? Andrew Wiggins is not doing well in Golden State?
Andrew Wiggins is having a very tough season.
He's having a tough season. I think he had some personal
since those personal problems last year. He hasn't been the same.
His best friend was popping his girl. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think he needs to move on.
He's from Canada.
Yeah, he is from Canada. I think that'll help him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, his best friend. They kept it under wraps, but his best friend was popping his girl.
Yo, E, you might want to back out and come back in, Coach. Coach E, not you, Knicks. Coach E.
Okay.
You might want to back out and come back in. There's a delay.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that NBA life is crazy, man. The way these brothers be doing each other's wives and got kids by this one and that one.
I mean, you get caught up in because you get caught up in dating the beauty. You get caught up in dating the beauty queen and not looking for the girl with more morals than anything. Like you can have fun with the beauty queen, but you're not supposed to marry her. That never turns out to be the right.
What's the John? Blake Griffin had the baby with the porn star, and then she ended up with the other ball player who was taking the kid. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Yo, you see Zion Williamson ask that girl, yo, what's your budget? What budget do you need to move to New Orleans? She told that nigga 100,000. He said, all right, let's do it.
Oh, you're an idiot. What man, nigga?
He did. He said, he asked her, he said, yo, in a text message, she blew him up. Yo, how much money you need? He asked her, how much money you need a month? She said 100,000. I bet. Got you.
Hey, man.
Porn star.
A porn star.
Yeah.
Porn star.
A porn star. You can turn on the internet and see 50,000 niggas busting a.
All you gotta do is call her. Yo, bro, if that's how you move.
Give me a kiss, boo.
If that's how you move it, all you gotta do is call her every now and again. And whenever you feel like, jump on this plane, first class, lay it out. Like, you go shopping while you're here. You can have a good time. Go eat at the great restaurants with you and your girlfriend. Meet me back at the hotel after practice. I got you.
Make a
Back
movie.
out.
let's go back here and make a
Niggas
movie.
is
Nigga.
crazy.
What?
Niggas is crazy.
I'm done. And then the
Niggas is
next
crazy.
thing you know, 15 years from now, you be getting P. Diddy.
I'm surprised you didn't have a show on that.
Nah, not for Matters of Sports. Nah.
Nah, not for matters of sports. I'm
Yeah.
talking about for the other.
I'm gonna fill you in. I got something cooking right now. I'm gonna put you down.
All right.
I got you lined up already. Don't even worry about it.
Cool.
But
who y'all got winning? Who's gonna win it all this year in the NBA?
Man.
Ooh.
I picked. I think I picked Phoenix in the beginning of the season, right? Right, Cliff? I think I took Phoenix.
Y'all bugging.
I'm talking.
I mean,
Kevin Durant don't have it, man.
Huh?
Did we have
Nah, we didn't.
season picks yet?
Nah.
We talked about in the beginning of the year, like who was going to be MVP. I think that's what it was. And
Yeah, I think it was MVP.
MVP. That's right. I took KD.
Yeah, it's too soon. Who gonna win the chip? But I mean,
Yeah,
I think Denver is the best team in the league.
I think Denver.
Yeah,
But
if I had it's gonna be Boston and Denver.
Game series, Denver.
I'm telling you, man, this guy Steph Curry's dangerous, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm liking Minnesota.
Yeah, but he definitely needs other things around him in order for it to translate into wins, or he's just running around jacking up shots.
What hurts Steph Curry
But you
is
see the
that
way
Clay
he's
can't
playing.
play the defense he used to play. But back in the day when Clay could defend that other guard, it made Steph more dangerous. Now they both get exposed, and it just hurts them because they can't really play on both ends, and like neither one can play on both ends no more at all. So,
but you know, Steph
LeBron.
Steph is on par to have one of his best seasons.
Did you say except for LeBron when talking about both ends?
No, we're talking about LeBron. We're talking about Father Time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know you ain't talking about playing both ends.
LeBron is somebody like you gotta understand something, man. You can't talk about LeBron about Father Time just like you couldn't talk about Tom Brady when he was 39, because LeBron James is still putting up numbers like he's 25 right now.
Yep.
He's still putting up numbers like he's 20. He's the oldest player in the league and still in the top 5, arguably, of the best players in the league.
Yep.
You know, you can't talk about Father Time when you still
5 to 10.
mention that man in the top 5.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Father Time definitely missed 2 cats when he was doing that. He missed 2 dudes.
Yep.
Actually, he had George Foreman for a little while, and George broke out, bro. then he came back.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Tom Brady still could be playing at an elite level right now if he wanted to still keep playing.
Well, let's not. He wasn't playing at an elite level last year in Tampa.
He didn't have. He
broke up the team, man. A serviceable level. But he was. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't.
Okay.
Elite. Yeah. He wasn't doing what Mahomes was doing. He wasn't doing what Joe Burrow was doing.
Okay. The year before that, he blew Mahomes out in the Super Bowl. But all right, I
well,
digress.
That was the year before that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That he hit that wall. That wall hit.
It didn't hit.
That wall's name was Giselle.
It didn't hit that. That jiu-jitsu player was hitting that wall.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, right.
That jiu-jitsu fighter was hitting that wall.
Hitting that bunching wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Hitting them bunching walls, boy.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it to you, boy.
Well, I gotta do math testing right about now. So
right. Most importantly, yo, fellas, it's been great. Episode 127 was off the chain. Eric Nix, thank you for joining us.
Anytime, bro. Anytime, man.
Big shout out to you. Yeah, man. And I'm gonna keep you in tune with what I got going on. Some big things happening, E. We're gonna need you for some conversations.
Yo, you know what? One thing before you guys leave, man. I just wish everybody would leave my man Mark Jackson the hell alone, bro.
Come on, man. It's sad, bro. It's sad. They put out a whole fake rumor that he got fired from a job that he didn't even take.
He ain't take.
What's wrong with why are they messing with this man? This man should be the head coach of the New York Knicks winning right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just leave that man alone, man. That guy is a good. Yo, listen to me. When I tell you can't meet a better person, like you can't. personally know him.
Yeah.
You cannot meet a better person than this guy.
Yeah, I've met Mark.
He's
Talk to me.
he's
like
a
I
good
was-
dude.
Just
Yeah.
very good dude, man. It's supposed to leave him alone, bro. Just leave him alone. I was happy for Stephen A to step up, man.
Yeah. I applauded Stephen A for that. That was a good. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he did a great job. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, been great.
Good night, y'all.
Salute.
Peace,
All right, guys.
Go Lakers. About to get this win.